Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Chapter 4 of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, titled My Mother Teaches Me Bullfighting. So they're hauling ass. They're pushing that car to its limit, I assume, because they're getting chased by a monster. And nobody's telling Percy shit. Why are we going to the camp? Percy, not now. What do you mean you couldn't tell me what I was? Oh, we couldn't tell you because then you know what you are. What am I? Oh, no, not now. Yeah, we covered all the mortals with mist. The mist? What's the mist? Oh, no, don't worry about that. What do you mean you're a donkey? Oh, blah, I'm not a donkey, I'm a goat. I'm part goat. I'm a satyr. Because that's just the most important part of this. But I suppose to him it is. I guess it is kind of racist to him, like, to be assumed he's part donkey. Because that's just absolutely... How dare you assume somebody is part donkey? So Percy realizes, oh shit, Miss Dodds was trying to kill me. He's slow, but he's getting there. He's getting there, but it's not his fault. Ain't nobody telling him shit. I swear, we'd have the same exact story, just if Percy knew what was going on. You can have a good story and a main character who knows all the things. Like, I don't understand it. Like, when stories don't tell the main character what's going on when they should, just for the sake of plot convenience. Like, you can have a troubled story just by throwing different things at the main characters. Like, instead of having Percy stumbling through the quest later this book, he could know what's going on, maybe know a little bit more about the Greek myths. It's one of those things where knowing is different than actually seeing. Like, he can know how, like, he knows how to defeat the Crimea later in this book. It's just, he can't do it. Anyways. So, the vehicle is struck by lightning, Zeus, which, obviously he still has his lightning powers despite the lightning bolt getting taken away, obviously, but why does he need the lightning bolt? Okay, that's a stupid question. It's answered like a couple chapters. I don't know why I asked that. I guess, it's a fuck you type of weapon. It's an amplifier. It doesn't help give him the powers of lightning. It gives him a boost. And if it's missing, it gives the person who has it the boost, I suppose. Yeah. So I guess, of course, he's mad it's missing, but still. And also, gods are petty and they don't like other people having their shit. So, they're now getting chased by the Minotaur, Pasiphae's son. And here's the thing. So, why are they calling it the Minotaur? That's not its name. That's its species. Isn't its name Asterion or some shit like that? And why are they calling it Pasiphae's son? Just like, that's just another title like the Minotaur. I don't know. Also, they make this whole thing about names have power. Okay, sure, that's great news. But the Minotaur's the Minotaur's right over there. Me saying its name ain't gonna do shit. He's still gonna find us. So, she admits that she's selfish. Sally admits that she was selfish keeping Percy close. And I'm like, yeah, kinda. I mean, if you have to go through these great lengths just to keep him safe, like marrying a piece of shit like Gabe and then sending Percy off to all these schools so he can outrun the monsters, basically, it's probably your best prerogative just to send him to the camp. Mind you, I don't think Sally... Now, granted, she could be under orders from Poseidon, like Poseidon says, hey, it'd be a bad idea to send him because, the prophecy and whatnot, but even still, after Thalia, it should be okay for Percy. Because there's a barrier now, which wasn't there before, apparently. And also, Zeus can't get really mad, so to say, because he broke the oath too. And mind you, later in this book, it's not the fact that Percy is a son of Poseidon that gets Hades and Zeus extremely mad. It's the fact that he's a son of Poseidon and they think he stole their weapons. It's not like... There's probably some behind the scenes them being angry about Poseidon, but it was probably... Hades probably didn't give a fuck. And Zeus has no legs to stand on. Or if Hades didn't give a fuck, it's more they didn't give a fuck about Hades. So they could have sent him to camp. She should have probably sent him to camp. I don't know. This is one of those things where, like, yeah, you should have done that. But I guess you can understand why she'd want to keep her son closer, but... Then Percy's, like, telling her, no, Mom, you're coming with us, because she can't cross the barrier, which is just like, why can't mortals cross the barrier? Because the monsters don't usually attack mortals? I don't think the Minotaur is going to stop attacking once Percy's gone. He's just going to go to the nearest person, which is a mortal. And I can't imagine that this is the only harrowing escape to Camp Half-Blood with demigods and immortals there's been. So it's just like mortals just dying. They're just like, well, the demigods are safe. Or, well, the mortal's dead and the demigods are dead. No, nobody can hear about this fuck up. Just sweep that under the rug. It's dumb. No, that was a dumb one. But also, the Minotaur ends up getting Sally, and she disappears in a golden light. She's taken. We later learn in the book she's taken. So... Percy gets mad and fights the Minotaur. And there's one little instance. He says, time slowed. And people theorize that might be the Kronos' influence, you know, trying to keep a piece like Percy on the board. I think that's just what we later learn, his ADHD. His ADHD is meant to help him with battle prowess. And that's what I believe this is, basically. It's trying to show us that this is how he sees a battle. It just slows down for him right at the right moment he needs, you know, something like that. And he defeats the Minotaur by snapping its horn off and stabbing it. And getting Grover to safety. Grover was kind of useless at the end of the chapter. But it's not really his fault. He got knocked out by the lightning in the car crash, and yeah. It's not really his fault. He did the best of to his abilities, you know. And then Percy's just, as he's passing out, he meets this girl. He's like, she has curls like Cinderella or some shit like that. And I'm just like, damn. Okay. And then we learn her name is Annabeth because the man who we later learn is Mr. Brunner, Sharon, says, hush, Annabeth, he's still awake. Nope, he's passed out now. So I think this might be one of our last two get shit out there type chapters, like getting all the information out there, kinda. So we know what the world of Percy Jackson is about. Like, he's finally at camp, so the plot should really start picking up and shit. It's just... Also had a good fight scene. Percy's second monster has been killed and destroyed. Percy somehow knows more and less, though. Like, he somehow knows just enough to know nothing. Granted, because they weren't telling him nothing, but also at the same time, this is kind of the worst time to tell him things, because they're actively hauling ass, but still. Overall, though, this chapter was pretty good. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. I'll see you in the next video.